For the past few years, Gaijin has been using the April Fool's event to test out new mechanics that might make their way into War Thunder. Most recently, the Warfare 2077 event in 2021 to test out the player perception of hard kill active protection systems, which made their debut in the most recent update, Wind of Change. As an aside, I think that they were also testing out cruise missiles in Warfare 2077 event because there was the TM Smasher, which is really close to the real-life AGM-84 Slammer, which is able to be used on F-15s and F-18s, which we also know that Gen 4 fighters are coming this year, so... But to get to the actual point of this video, what is Gaijin testing in the Children of Arrakis game mode? Before the mode was released, people thought that they might be testing something like the Earthquake Bomb, with the Sandworm acting as a stand-in. Now that we have actually played the mode, it's obvious that the Sandworm just doesn't act like that in game. When I first started playing, I thought it had something to do with the Sonic, since that was the most unique vehicle in the mode. The US military does have some weapons that vaguely resemble the Sonic, such as the LRAD, but those weapons are designed to be non-lethal anti-personnel weapons that use heat to disperse crowds, and that wouldn't really work all too well in War Thunder. Then it hit me. Like, physically hit me. The little wheeled vehicle, the Quad, has top-down fire and forget missiles. And speaking to current world events, where else have I heard of top-down, fire-and-forget anti-tank missiles being used? A decent number of countries in War Thunder use the Javelin. The US, Great Britain, Taiwan, and France. Germany, Italy, and Israel all use the Israeli Spike missile. Russia has the Kornet, Sweden has the Inlaw, and Japan has the Elmat. Currently, the highest ranked IFVs in the game are at 9.7 BR. Potentially, IFVs carrying the missiles that I just listed off could be the factor that brings them to top tier. Now, to those saying that something like the Javelin would be overpowered, now that we're starting to get tanks with hard kill active protection systems, those would be a counter to those missiles. IFVs at top tier would be essentially glass cannons, much like the high tier IFVs already are. Think about it, gameplay-wise, how much difference is there between a TOW 2B and a Javelin? In some situations, something like the TOW would be better, maybe because the tank is hiding under cover, and in other situations, something like the Javelin would be better, maybe because the tank is hiding behind cover. But overall, if someone was going to get taken out by one, they would have probably been taken out by the other. There's also plenty of IFVs already in game that could have missiles like these attached to them, so I don't think that it would be too much work for Gaijin to spend an update adding a whole set of them for multiple nations. Editing chips here. It has come to my attention since recording this video that the R-Lao tank in the Children of Arrakis mode is actually based on a real tank. That is the Russian TAZ-1. Not only do these tanks look similar, but the rockets used in both of them are identical. And Gaijin even altered the stats of these rockets in-game recently to make them closer to their real-life counterpart. If the TAZ-1 made its way into War Thunder, it would be the first thermobaric weapons to make it into the game, which I suspect would be quite effective. It's possible that we could see the TAZ-1A, which is an earlier version of the TAZ that was given to the Syrian army by Russia. I don't know if the TAZ would be useful as a tech tree vehicle, but it does seem out there enough to find itself as a top tier reward vehicle. So what do you guys all think about this? Leave it in the comments if you think that I'm overlooking something else that Gaijin's testing in the Children of Arrakis game mode. If you're watching this close to when it releases, here's my 60-second guide for the Battle of Arrakis crafting event that is currently going on, and here's a video that YouTube thinks that you might like.